A warm welcome to one and all assembled here. This 2-day journey with a wonderful creation from Microsoft named PowerShell will ensure a smooth and successful life ahead by installing the software of confidence in you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride filled with wonderful presentations and demos containing all the basics needed to master PowerShell. Why am I standing here talking about PowerShell, and why are you all sitting here listening to PowerShell? The answer: PowerShell is important, and you are all so important. PowerShell has enough power to make lives easier by reducing or replacing many long running manual processes with the simple but powerful commands. Who can make good use of PowerShell? It is good coders or administrators like you sitting here. Windows is here to stay for a very long time, and Microsoft Server products have already started using PowerShell for administrative tasks. Before moving on to the presentation, I would like to share very simple real-time examples of how PowerShell can make lives easier. For example, suppose you want to see the date 3 days from now. You would go to the bottom right corner and you might have to do the calculation in your mind. A better way in PowerShell is to simply use the command named get-date dot add days of the number of days you want to add, and you get the answer. There is much more magic with PowerShell, which we'll be seeing as we go along with the tutorials. So now let's get started. To launch PowerShell, go to Start All Programs. Just choose PowerShell or just type PowerShell till the PowerShell comes up, and then click that and the PowerShell window launches. This is the console window. There is a much higher powerful tool called Integrated Scripting Environment (ISE), which can be launched from the console window also by typing ISE. This is the ISE window. This has the scripting pane where you can type all your commands, and the results of the command will be displayed in the results pane below. I'm typing a simple command to display the text. To run the script, you either press F5 or click this green button, and the results are displayed at the bottom. Sometimes you get the commands view pane automatically displayed. Suppose you want to show that, you just go to the view tab and click show command add-on. So you can execute scripts by just clicking the command names at the right. At the top, you have the tabs named File, then Edit, View, and you have an option to show the script pane at the right if needed. I'll disable that for now. And you have the option to even debug the script. You can step over, step into, you have breakpoint. There are a lot of debugging options and add-ons and help. So this is a summary of the integrated scripting environment, which helps to execute a lot of scripts, run functions, or even write modules. Next, we'll start off with certain commandlets. Commandlets is a very important feature of PowerShell, which is of the form verb-noun. For example, let's start off with the first commandlet, get-help. Get help simply displays the help information for a command. Let's just try to get the help of a command name get-process. To run a selected text, you just select the line and then click F8 or select this icon. So this displays the help for the command name get-process. If you see it displays the name, the syntax, all the command parameters within this square brackets are denoting the parameters. For example, if you're searching for a process named Notepad, you can type get-process -name Notepad, or you can just type Notepad. When you see the square bracket, it means that you need not type it. It is optional. The aliases names are also displayed. For example, GPS. PS can also be used to run the command instead of typing get process. If you want to see the results in a new window with all the examples, you can use out-grid view. This displays much better information. Next, we'll go ahead with a very important command called get-command. Get-command displays all the commands used by PowerShell. Let's just run this. So if you observe, these are the list of commands. If you press Ctrl or you can toggle between in the script pane and the results pane. So if you see, there are various commands to uninstall package, to update, to wait for a debugger, to wait for an event. There are lots of commandlets. If you want to search for a command, you just type get-command. You can search. Suppose you are searching for a command to get the information about a process, you would just type process, and then so these are all the commands related to process. Suppose you want to get the process, you can use this. Suppose you want to start a process, you can use the start-process. Let's get all the process. Get-process. Next, we'll just get the command. We get the process only for Notepad and Explorer. And let me also open up a Notepad. And now let me run this command. So this is listing all the processes, Explorer and Notepad, which are running. This is a list of all the processes for Notepad and Explorer. To get all the service details, you can use the command get-service. If you are searching for a service starting with S, you can use this command S*. Next, we'll try to get the services which are only running. For that, we are going to use the concept called piping. So you use this symbol above the enter key, then you type where-object and you open the braces, and within that you give the condition, and you use the $_ variable indicating the current object. Dot will use the status. Notice that as you press type, it is showing the columns with the power of intelligence. Hyphen equal to, we will search for status running and then hit enter. Next, we'll try to view the event log. It will ask for a parameter. So because log name parameter is compulsory for this command. So this is listing all. Let's try to list all the event log types. For that, we'll just use this command -list. Next, let's just try to view the application logs and only the latest log files. Next, let's try to get the date. So this is a very interesting command. So this date displays the entire date along with the time. Suppose you want to display only the date, you just use this display hint and use date. Suppose you want to display the general short date and short time, you use hyphen format G. Suppose you want to get the date of the year, day of the year, so you put the command in brackets and put a dot to access the property called day of the year. Suppose you want to access a member and add 10 days. You use get hyphen date and then press dot and you select add days and you give the number 10. This displays the answer. To display the day of the week, you can just use the command get date dot day of week. To import a module, you can use the command import hyphen module. So to get all the modules, you use get module. So we use the command import module DNS client. To get all the module, we use the command get hyphen module. To list all the modules starting with S, you can use this command hyphen list available S star. Now let's just look at the formatting options. To view all the properties, you use format-list and press and type star. To view only selected properties, you just simply pass the property names, for example, name or start time. If you want the entire data to be displayed without any truncation, you can use the format-table and pass the parameter -wrap. Next, we'll have a look at the format-custom, which will display the custom views. This is the output for format-custom. The custom views are stored in PS1 XML file. Lastly, we'll try the format-y. Format-y displays only the name properties. If you want the output to be displayed in separate columns or 4 columns, this is how the output will be. To view the alias, you can use the command get-alias. Suppose you want to get the alias for a specific command like get child item, you can. So this is the command where $_dot definition equals get child item. Question mark is also a filter for where. Next, last but not the least, let's just try to view the execution policy. So currently the system has all signed. Mostly it's restricted. So this ends the demo for the introduction to PowerShell. So here you saw a lot of useful but powerful commands from PowerShell like get help, get command, get process, get service, get date, import module, get service, get child item, get alias, and get execution policy. This will help you with a very good head start for working in PowerShell. So as a summary, PowerShell is nothing but an engine designed bringing .NET framework to you, people like you writing scripts and executing commands. It is helpful for administrator and even for developers from version 5. It is a command line shell similar to Unix and DOS and a very good scripting environment. It is a foundation upon which many GUI-based administrative tools can rest. The version of PowerShell can be found by $PS version table. So in this demo, this version used is 5, but mostly you might be accessing 3 or 4. Windows PowerShell is installed by default on Windows 7 and higher versions and Windows Server 2008 and higher versions. Suppose you want to install the latest version of PowerShell, you can download that by searching for Windows Management Framework. Next, we saw how to launch PowerShell and also had a look at the integrating scripting environment. Thank you so much for your time. This ends the introduction basics for PowerShell scripting.